Welcome back to VC Academy. Today we are going to see a short summary of The Soldier's Son, written by Shobha Ghosh. The plane was veering and shuddering in the sky. It was losing height rapidly and hurtling towards the earth. It would be a matter of minutes before it crashed. A figure fell out of the fiery object that was plummeting down to earth. A white structure mushroomed and opened like a flower in the sky, and the man floated gently down with the wind to the ground. A small boy, 10 or 12 years old, had been watching the plane for some time. The boy emerged from the clump of trees. He had seen the plane shoot down by enemy fire and the pilot parachute down from the flaming plane. He came out from the darkness of the trees and reached the wounded pilot. As he reached the wounded pilot, he said, "Come with me, sir. The enemy will be here any minute. There is no time to lose. There is an army camp nearby. You will be safe there." So the pilot staggered, tried to take 2 or 3 steps, but collapsed to the ground. "I can't walk. My legs are probably fractured. Can you do something for me?" The child could see it was with great effort that the man could talk. "Yes, sir, I can do anything you want." "So you are small. Better don't take a chance," he muttered under his breath. "Not a chance, sir, a certainty. What do you want me to do?" The man's hands were bleeding. He fumbled inside his pocket and took out a packet of papers. "Take this to the commanding officer of the army unit," he said. "Tell him this must reach the Air Force Station Ambala by night. Tell him to take care of it and make sure it reaches Ambala on time. Now run for your life. You must avoid the enemy. Will you be able to do it?" "Yes, sir, I will do it. But you?" "The enemy will catch you. Don't worry about me. I can escape. I will try and distract them. You run and hand over the packet." "Yes, sir," said the boy with a smart salute. The man could not help smiling, although he was grimacing with the pain of his injuries. He began to crawl away from the boy in the opposite direction. The small figure streaked across the open space back to the trees from which it had emerged. The enemy, however, had seen him. A few of them gave a chase and shot at him. The cartridges fell everywhere around him. The child ran fast and lost to sight. The enemy gave up and turned their attention to the crawling figure of the pilot. A few minutes later, the boy stood at the sentry post of the army unit. "Take me to the commander, Sahib. There is something I have to deliver to him." "Little boy, you cannot go to the commander, Sahib. No one is allowed to go to his room unless it is very important." "What I have is very important. It is from the pilot whose plane was just shot down." "You mean the plane that just crashed? A rescue party has gone for look of him." "Yes, I had gone there to bring him back to safety. The enemy was after him. He was injured and couldn't walk. He gave me a packet. I must guide the commanding officer to the officer and show him where the enemy lines are." The sentry investigated the boy, and the boy led the sentry to check himself for his safety. The sentry spoke into the field telephone. A sepoy came to the sentry post and took the boy to the commanding officer by telling, "Follow me." As the boy reached the commanding officer asked him, "Who are you? And why did you want to see me?" The commanding officer asked the boy, "My name is Makbul Butt. My father was awarded a medal for bravery. He died fighting for the nation. My mother and I live here now. I was watching the plane when I heard an anti aircraft gunfire and saw the plane become unsteady. I saw him fall to the ground. I knew I must save him. The enemy was just a little distance away. I ran to bring him back by a shortcut. When I reached him, I found that he could not walk. He was bleeding profusely. He told me not to worry about me, but to try and get this packet to you and tell you that it must reach Ambala tonight. It is very important." "Son, weren't you afraid of the enemy?" "My father told me never to be afraid of the enemy. They can't do anything if our number is not written on the bullet." "Good, you are indeed the brave son of a brave soldier. Has the enemy been able to catch the pilot?" "I don't know, sir. I couldn't wait to see. I had to carry out my orders first. I know where he fell. I also knew where the enemy lines are. I can guide you to it by a shortcut so that you can intercept them and cut off their retreat. We must go at once, sir. The enemy came on foot. If you take jeeps, you will be able to surround them and catch them." "Instructions noted, sir. Action will be taken," smiled the commanding officer. 5 minutes later, the group of enemy soldiers found themselves surrounded by jeeps. There was no escape. One of them started to run, but realized that it was of no use. Throwing down his gun, he raised up his hands above his head. The enemy was rounded up and the pilot rescued. He was bleeding, for he had been dragged along when he failed to rise and walk. Even when prodded with bayonets, he was muttering something incoherently. "Boy, packet." He could say no more. The pilot was taken to the military hospital at once. "Makbul, thank you, my brave son. Now you must be taken home. Your mother will be worried about you. I am Makbul Butt, son of India. This is my land and these are my brothers. It is here that I was born and nurtured. My father's blood is mixed with the soil of this land, and my mother's tears water the earth on which our crops grow. My loyalty rests here with my brother's blood relation of the soil, for we have broken bread on the same land." The boy, who had been standing, crumpled up all of a sudden and fell down. The enemy fire had hit his leg and blood was dropping from the wound. The commanding officer gathered the fallen figure in his arm and carried the child into the ambulance. The boy stared and grimaced with pain. Major Dogra moved swiftly to him and gently eased his leg into a more comfortable position. The commanding officer frowned in worry. His eyes brimmed with tears. Makbul smiled through his dirt-streaked face. "A soldier never weeps, sir." Another voice from somewhere far away, lost in the distant ears, seemed to say, "A soldier never runs from the enemy, father. You told me so. He must face the bullets when they tear his chest to shreds." "Yes, my son, a soldier must not weep, but a father's heart weeps and bleeds with the blood of his son. I received the PVC for my son in the 1971 war. He must have been very brave. You too are very brave, sir. Don't worry. I will be all right. I am a soldier's son, and I too will become a soldier when I grew up. You, my child, are a soldier already, aren't you? We are proud of you and hope that someday you will lead our army with the same daring and courage that you have shown today.